Yes, good morning all. Chairman, all our service of AICT, colleagues, and all stakeholders of AICT. We welcome all for these two new initiatives of AICT for launch program. Now I welcome all our significant of AICT scholarship and for their presentation.
So good morning to all. So today we are gathered here to witness one more new initiative and one of the important activity which is already going on. So the first one is the launch of AICTE Productisation Fellowship, and the second activity is the YUKTI Innovation Challenge 2005. So first I will give you brief about the AICTE Productisation Fellowship. So this is the new scheme introduced by All India Council for Technical Education from this year onwards, keeping in mind in order to encourage the innovative things, so the concept of lab to market. So basically many of our engineering students or even management students, applied arts and crafts, or even design stream students, they are all doing a lot of project activities, and also they are competing in many national and international activities or the challenges. So similar to the Smart India Hackathon and this YUKTI Innovation Challenge, etc. But what we have observed in the last few years is many of these solutions derived by these students, they are not taking the final shape in the form of a product, even though they have got the very good potential to become a product which can be useful to the society. In order to encourage such things, means innovative project works taken up by the students or a group of students, we have come out with a new initiative in the form of a fellowship scheme, and we named this particular fellowship steps taken by All India Council for Technical Education. Next slide, please. See, these are the broad areas or the thrust areas which we are going to cover. product. So all possible combination is permitted, but the only criteria is they need to be get connected with any one of our AICTE approved institution through their incubation center. In case if the students are already passed out from the AICTE approved institutions in the last 2 years. If the students are still studying in any of the colleges, naturally they will get a connect through the incubation center of that institution. So here we are going to support every student of that team with a fellowship of 37,000 rupees per month. Every student will get 37,000 rupees per month. And this will going to be for a period of 1 year initially, and depending upon the kind of a project and kind of the product on which they are going to work, it will going to be extended for 1 more year based on the recommendation of the expert committee, which will going to review every project on a quarterly basis. This is not once in a year a review kind of a that project. This particular project, every group of students who are working on any product development or a service are going to have this review on a quarterly basis, and based on that performance only the fellowship will be continued for the next quarter. And apart from this fellowship of 37,000 rupees per month, every year each team is also eligible for 50,000 rupees contingency for some of the expenditures which are going to be incurred in that product development. See here one important criteria which the team need to fulfill is at the time of entry into this particular fellowship, the team should have their idea in the form of or at the level of proof of concept. Just idea will not going to fetch any fellowship. The student should have reached the proof of concept. Such proof of concept only will be considered for the fellowship, and such a team will considered for the fellowship for a period of 1 year initially and extendable for 1 more year. Next slide, please. So these are other things. Next slide, please. Yes, processing and selection methodology. Anyway, and one more important thing is how many fellowships we are going to give. We are planning in the beginning, in the first year of this particular new scheme, it is planned to give 500 teams fellowship. Means each team may contain either a single student or a group of student, a maximum of 4. On an average, we are considering 3 students in each team. Accordingly, 1,500 students are going to be considered under this particular new fellowship in the beginning, especially in the phase 1, that is in the first year. In the second year, we are going to again give a fellowship for 150 teams. So depending upon the success rate of the first year performance of these 500 teams. So there will be a rigorous selection procedure involved. So there will be at least 3 levels of initial screening, and only after that the students whose proof of concept is gone through that first 2 or 3 levels of screening will going to be placed before that expert committee, and finally the expert committee will give a final nod whether this particular proof of concept can be considered for awarding the fellowship or not. So this is how this will going to take place. This particular fellowship is going to be implemented, and from today itself the portal is open for the students, eligible students to apply. Here one more thing is whether only the final year students or the students who are passed out are only eligible. It is not like that. The students who are studying even in the second, third year or final year, either at a BTech or MTech level or PhD level, in first year, second year, any of their the duration, definitely all such students or the group of students are eligible to go for this fellowship. So with this, so now I request my one more colleague and friend, Deepan Sahu, to go through the presentation related to the one more important initiative of AICTE, that is YUKTI Challenge 2025.
Thank you, Swami sir, and AICTE for bringing this very first of its kind initiative, that is AICTE Production Fellowship. And along with this scheme, we are also announcing today, we are going to start the...
Now I request Deepan to Present.
Is it audible?
Vipan,
Is it audible?
Deepak?
you are not audible.
Is connected.
Yes, he's
present.
Because they.
It's not. Is it audible?
It's not audible.
Vipan, you have to
Deepak, you are
unmute.
not audible.
You have to unmute yourself.
He's not listening.
It's
Unmute to.
Yes, log out and then log in. Log out and log in. He's not listening to us.
Yeah, it's not going. No. Is it
Vipan,
audible?
I
It's
hear
not.
you.
कह रहा मुझे सुनाई नहीं आ रहा है ये कह रहा है मैसेज करो मैसेज हिम
No. Is
because he's seeing the screen message him
no, it's not going. It's
Busy.
log in and log out
maybe some technical issues. वहां से present करो.
message him
वहां से present करो. यहाँ technical issues कुछ है. जा नहीं रहा है voice. Voice is not going. Voice
Yeah,
is
yes.
not going. You continue.
You can. Yeah. So now request Yogesh, Dr. Yogesh, director from MIC cell to present. Yeah, please.
Please share the slide.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Swami, Honorable Chairman, Honorable Vice Chairman, Honorable Member Secretary, and all the faculty members, heads of the institutes joined here. So I'm sure the student community, the faculty community, which is inclined towards startups, they're aware about the YUKTI Innovation Repository. And every year we launch YUKTI Innovation Challenge, which is the National Innovation Challenge. And now we are launching YUKTI Innovation Challenge 2025. The earlier challenge, what we launched, what you see on screen is YUKTI Innovation Challenge 2023. I'm not going to read all the numbers, but the most important thing, now you heard Dr. Siddhalinga Swami about the APF, and what is the difference between YUKTI Innovation Challenge and APF is that YUKTI Innovation Challenge will take more mature ideas, TRL level 6 and above, because YUKTI Innovation Repository is already having 3 different levels. One is idea stage submissions we take throughout the year through IIC channel. Then we have prototype stage submissions, and then we have startup stage submission. Now is the time for faculty members and IIC coordinators and presidents to motivate your faculty and students, and also at your level, institute level, you have to shortlist and recommend the best of the best TRL 6 level and above startups to YUKTI Innovation Challenge, which are already part of repository. Those can be recommended, and those which are not uploaded on repository, those can also be recommended and uploaded on the portal at the startup stage. Can you go to the next slide, please? So this is the 4th edition, and you can nominate around 10 best innovation through all IICs. How much we are going to fund is about up to 10 lakhs per innovation. What we have observed is that more than funding, what works in YUKTI is that is more of hand-holding and mentoring support. And what's new here is that compared to 2023, now we have well-established AICTE innovation centers across the regions. And now these innovation centers are capable for regional level, local level handholding and connecting you to one of the best incubators apart from the institute incubator. So if your institute is not having an incubator centrally while selecting the startup, it might be a faculty startup or a student startup, we will connect you to the incubation center, and the funding will also be supported through the incubation channel only. So these innovation centers are also going to handle these startups, and that is going to be more part. My only request to all faculty, students and the heads of the institute is that do not look at it as a funding initiative. It's more about handholding ideas and taking them ahead. What we look at YUKTI is that we want all the supported startups to establish actual startup, a registered startup. It might be going to a DPIT registration level also in next 12 to 15 months. Because now your prototype is ready, we should go ahead and launch the product. So this is in short about YUKTI Innovation Challenge. You can see the timeline on screen. We are launching it today. We will receive applications till 15 June, and your what you can say, the complete funding will start the assessment, the process that will be somewhere maybe at the end of the August or September. So this is the timeline for YUKTI Innovation Challenge. And we invite students. Last year also, 2023, we supported a lot of faculty startups. I think this is a great opportunity for institution to show that you have implemented NISP also and you are supporting your faculty startups. So we invite faculty also to project your startups and submit and get them funded and handholded. That's all. Thank you so much, everyone.
Yes. So now we are moving to the important part of the today's program. So the actual launch of these two activities. So that is the launch of the altogether new initiative, that is AICTE Productisation Fellowship and the YUKTI Challenge 2025. Yes. So please. So now I request Honorable Chairman Sir to yes. So now I request our Honorable Chairman Sir. So now let us move on to the next activity. So now I request our Honorable Member Secretary Sir, Professor Rajiv Kumar Sir, to throw some light on this particular two new activities of AICTE.
Thank you, Dr. Swami. First of all, I congratulate both bureaus, our Scholarship and Grants Bureau and MIC, for launching these two activities. And this second activity, YUKTI Innovation, is not new. This is, I think, the sixth series we are launching. But the first, what we are doing is Productisation Fellowship. It is not only the new scheme, but it is a new concept also, sir.
Yes.
And I congratulate our chairman and vice chairman who conceptualized this concept of this fellowship. We never thought that we can give some scholarship on productization, and
Missed out. will also get a fellowship, which was earlier missing. So it is more of a very, very integrated program. This is the first pilot which we are working as an integrated program. And we will actually build on this pilot. On one side, the students working, maybe first year students, second year students, postgraduate students, or even passed out students who are keen on working on this initiative will get 37,000 rupees per month for initial period of 1 year. And if they perform well, they will get another 1 year extension. So in 2 years, more or less, you know where the product is moving. And then if required, again, a review could happen. But this scheme is initially for a period of 2 years. I don't think anywhere such currently scheme exists. It's a completely new out-of-box initiative by MIC and AICTE. And we hope that this actually snowballs or it actually kickstarts into a large number of students and youngsters coming forward to take their ideas and productize them and convert them into startups. The reason for this productization scheme was felt because when we did large number of hackathons, when we did large number of other innovation challenges, we had great number of ideas coming, but when we spoke to students or faculty members involved in taking those ideas or involved in proposing those ideas, they were not keen on taking forward. And the primary reason why they were not keen on taking forward was associated with some financial aspect. Because still, as large number of students are keen on getting jobs, and the best of the students with best of the brains which are coming forward with good ideas, and if they get hired by good companies, then many of these, we observed that many of these young students were letting up those ideas and taking up jobs because there was no financial support system for them. Now, by providing fellowship, although the fellowship may not be as big as salary, but it's a fellowship, it gives them a prestige and it's a national fellowship. So, although the amount may be a bit smaller as compared to a salary, still that pride of getting a national fellowship, also an opportunities to work on the product. And then through Innovation Challenge, YUKTI Innovation Challenge, support for the wherewithals for different TRL levels. So it was thought that let's have a common mechanism, common platform where all our AICTE institutions will actually submit their ideas. Care was taken that the IP was protected, it will not be public. However, enough information will be available on portal for someone to actually go ahead and filter and slice and dice those ideas based on the sector, based on the technology used and so on. So we got overwhelming response. Currently, our YUKTI repository has more than 1,75,000 ideas at different TRL levels. So it's one of the biggest, what we can say, repository of ideas. And it is just not the repository of ideas. They have been sliced and diced into various TRL levels. And so which ideas are at POC level or idea stage, which are at pre-incubation level, which are at TRL 6, where what we can say field prototype is ready and field testing to some extent has been done. And for which ideas even people have went ahead or students have went ahead and registered startups also. So if you really look at YUKTI Innovation Challenge or YUKTI repository, there are more than 8,000 plus ideas which are at startup level. You know, which startups have been registered for those ideas. Having said this, we still believe that there is a huge opportunity for good ideas to come forward. If you really look at YUKTI Innovation Challenge, entire selection process it goes through 4 rounds of selection. The first round is just submission of ideas and evaluation of ideas on the basis of ideas. How good the idea is. Having said that, then we look into novelty and visibility of that. Then we look at market value or market potential, our business plan associated with that. And then we look at the team composition, whether the capability is there, whether they are actually having that market niche. So, what we have realized over a period of time, when we are looking at this entire YUKTI repository, still we are not very happy with the kind of ideas which will be actually funded or taken forward. Last year we started with more than 20,000 plus ideas, but after 4 rounds of evaluation we could end up only funding around 60-65 of them. So we have funding for 100, but we couldn't find 100, even 100 ideas which could be funded. Because some ideas are good, but their business plan is not good. Some ideas where business plan is good, where team composition is not good. But if you have to actually take something as a startup, all these components need to be good. Where the idea has to be good, the team has to be good, and the business plan has to be good. So, considering these aspects, we believe that the timelines which we have now issued, where if your idea is not there on YUKTI portal, we will give you another opportunity to submit it on your YUKTI portal. So I will request all my institutions to do 2 things. One, identify really good ideas and worth ideas which could be submitted on a national portal. So you can do some internal idea competition, innovation competition also within your institution, so that you will only select or submit good ideas, because that actually is very critical. Second, we will be having regional meets and mentoring sessions. Okay, so we have already got approval for that, and soon we will be announcing the calendar of regional meets in different regions. So there, during the regional meets, we want you to first showcase the ideas which you are proposing. So a selection will also happen, and mentoring will also happen at those regional meets for some of the ideas which could be showcased there. So that is very important second aspect. And third aspect now is that we have innovation centers across the country. So post selection and initial mentoring, we would like you to be in touch with our innovation officers there also, to seek the help and what we can say guidance required for this innovation challenge. How you can prepare yourself for all those 4 rounds of evaluation. So our innovation officers will actually conduct workshops, online workshops for the regions, for these 4 rounds of evaluation for the selected teams which move from one round to another. So we will work on a very comprehensive program, and then only we will able to identify the right ideas. Because if you see, 213 startups have just come out after screening for last so many years, going through 1 lakh plus ideas, or that kind of idea. So still we have to work very aggressively on our innovation quotient. We are committed at AICTE under guidance of our honorable chairman to work on those ideas. So let's ensure that we double this number at least this year, as we have all the wherewithal, and Deepan and Yogesh is there from our side. We will give their email IDs to you. If you have any queries, please go ahead and address those queries. But I will request Deepan and Yogesh to conduct every week a workshop on what they should look for idea submission on YUKTI portal, because that is very critical. Okay, so that you will get good ideas. So please go through that online sessions. Just declare a calendar for doing it, and we hope that we will really get good ideas which we can showcase at a national level by end of YUKTI Innovation Challenge. So thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for your real insight into both the activities, sir. So now I request our Honorable Chairman, sir, Professor T.T. Sitaram, sir, to give the presidential address of today's program.
So, Namaskar. Very good afternoon to all of you. Dr. Baijere, Mr. Rajiv Kumar, and all our team of AICTE, and also the Ministry's Innovation Council at AICTE, and all the people who have assembled on this platform from different colleges and teachers, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, you could see two of our groups have come together. It's a collaborative project between MIC, the Ministry's Innovation Council of AICTE, and our Scholarship and Grants Bureau of AICTE. So that itself is a very unique scheme. And as Dr. Jere explained in detail, there is a collaborative between the project, between the two schemes, what we have launched. I'm very happy to launch these two schemes, which is one on the AICTE Productisation Fellowship. The other one is YUKTI Innovation Challenge 2025. So both are complementary to each other. So it's a very unique two schemes. I hope that all of you will make use of it. And today, just 3 days after the Technology Day celebrations, Technology Day actually signifies the innovation. So I think this is a very unique time. On May 11th, we had the Technology Day celebrated, and several of the institutions in the country are celebrating today also, because it's a working day after the May 11th. So I hope, on this very auspicious day, Technology Day, where our institutions, our students, and faculty come together to create a product nation. See, if you see, China is so advanced because their products. Whole world is worried about them. How China has turned into be a product development nation. So same thing is happening even in India. We have seen our own products in the recent war, whether it is defense technologies, and recent our Chandrayaan and the Mangalyaan projects, where ISRO has developed their own products. There, 99% of their products are indigenous, because these are the areas, whether it is atomic energy, space technology, and defense. They had an embargo for the last 75 years, except some Russian help. Majority of the things have happened indigenously. So a lot of productization is happening already without our knowledge. We are seeing the success of that in the last few years. I think in the digital public infrastructure creation, I don't need to mention. Now combining with these emerging technologies, I think we can innovate much better. And I think our students have demonstrated that through Smart India Hackathon and our regional meets of the innovation councils. Okay. And also Udyamotsav we started last year. So all of these, and also we have a program actually, MBA and PG diploma in innovation, entrepreneurship, and venture funding. Yes. These are 25 institutions are already offering from last 4 years. That means 2 batches have already come out. So I think there is an excellent ecosystem that has actually been demonstrated through we being the 3rd largest startup capital of the world, with close to about 1,60,000. I want to see that to reach much bigger. Our students lose the fear of failure, create their own startup. And I think our innovation centers are there to help them. As Dr. Jere emphasized very categorically that we are going to handhold, not only support your salary part here through AICTE Productisation Fellowship, we are also hand-holding for the development part through Innovation Challenge of 2025. And also we know that last year, I should actually compliment Deepan to make all our institutions, everyone has an Institute Innovation Council. So I was asking him how many are there, 15,000 plus institutions, he brought them forcibly in 2024. But 2025, looking at his success, I asked them, Swami and others, Amru, to make R&D cell mandatory at colleges. Yes. Considering the success of these projects and also the impact of these projects, I think we are going to also come out very quickly. Research funding, short term. See, not for a PhD, not for a MS, which is 2 years and 4 years there. So it may be a shorter one so that they learn to do something on research and innovation. I think the research and innovation fellowships will be launching soon. And I think our team, I'm asking both Dr. Tere and Siddhalinga Swami to work on that project and come up with some guidelines. And then, we will review it and then, come back to you on a new fellowship. So I'm very happy today to launch AICTE Productisation Fellowship for the YUKTI Innovation Challenge. A lot has already been said about how to apply and what are the deadlines. Follow those deadlines, come in big numbers so that we can be a product development nation sooner with all of us young people. Thank you very much. I wish you the very best in your endeavors. Namaskar, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, sir. So thanks for your insightful speech, sir. So now we are coming to the last part of the today's program. So anyway, I thank all the officers who are presented today for this particular program. And also, more than that, I thank our stakeholders, basically the heads of the institutions, faculty members, and in many places, the students are gathered in a common room to witness this particular program. So I thank one and all who are directly and indirectly associated with this particular program and for the success of this today's program. So thank you one and all. Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Really appreciate it.
All the best.
वो करके है
Yes.
वो 4 फाइलिंग देखो अब मैं आगे करता हूँ अभी लेके आता हूँ
All the best.